We have some breaking news as the Phoenix Suns have just made a sneaky good trade, and this is exactly what we needed at this point in the season. We are going to take today's video to break down all of the details of this trade, the players involved, and the major implications that this has on the Phoenix Suns going forward this season. Yes, folks, it finally happened. Brian Gregory picked up the phone and made a trade for the Phoenix Suns. I know they were pitted as one of the teams that maybe weren't going to make a trade this deadline, but there was one player in particular that they had been trying to offload all season, and they finally did that, and we're going to talk about that and more in today's video. Just want to take a second to thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. We just hit our goal there the other day, so I want to take a second to thank you guys so much for all of your support over this NBA season. It's been a really fun one to watch, and I can't wait to keep on watching more with you guys. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers now, so thank you so much for 3,000, and we'll be on to the next goal of 4,000. But guys, let's break down all of the news today. Shams Charania just broke out a report. He's been pretty active, I'm sure, the past couple of days with all the moves that have been going around in the NBA, everybody getting traded. But the Milwaukee Bucks have agreed to trade Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Phoenix Suns for Nick Richards and Nigel Hayes-Davis. And Shams just tweeted that just a couple hours ago. Now, if you didn't already know, Nick Richards was the most highly touted player that was going to be traded on the Phoenix Suns roster this season. They were looking for multiple teams to offload him. The Celtics was a big one. Even I believe the Utah Jazz were another team that were looking at Nick Richards this season, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, guys, all in all, this was mostly just a money move. This was something to clear up salary cap space, open up a roster spot, which I believe will be going to Jamaree Bouyea, who has been on a two-way contract this season and probably will be converted to a standard contract after offloading these salaries and opening up space to sign him. And Bobby Marks actually put a tweet here that said that the trade puts Phoenix under the luxury tax for the first time since the 21-22 season. In the past 3 seasons, Phoenix paid a combined $265 million in tax penalties. So this is definitely a relief to clear up some cap space finally for a long time. And 3 or 4 years that the Phoenix Suns are finally going to have some space to move around some money and get some players, re-sign some players, and get some guys on this team that are going to play some winning basketball under this new system that Jordan Ott has created, who is in the running to win Coach of the Year right now. Now, it's important to note that all 4 players in the Milwaukee Phoenix trade are on expiring contracts, and Phoenix is $2.2 million below the tax and has room to sign a 15th player, which we just said, which will be Jamaree Bouyea. And the likelihood of them keeping Amir Coffey and Cole Anthony is probably very unlikely, I would say, unless Amir Coffey and Cole Anthony come out and, you know, start playing amazing for us and really impact winning basketball on both ends of the floor. Then there's obviously an opportunity for them to come back and be re-signed. But we'll take a look at Cole Anthony first, because Cole Anthony has been a very interesting NBA player for his career so far. Now, this year, he obviously hasn't been getting as much opportunity on the Milwaukee Bucks. You can see there, taking a look at his stats, he's really not getting used that much. He ranks higher in the assist percentage and assist to turnover ratio. He's been a really, really dependable guard for most of his NBA career and really kind of fell out of the rotation there in Milwaukee, where Ryan Rollins made his emergence as, you know, one of the most improved player candidates of the year. And of course, Kevin Porter Jr. did come back from his injury. He's hooping over there in Milwaukee. And they also have other guards like AJ Green and Gary Trent Jr. So there really wasn't a need for a guy like Cole Anthony on the Milwaukee Bucks. So his stats on here could be weighed a little bit in just one direction, because he has played not very much on the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, he's had a few games here and there where he did look pretty impressive. His defense has been mostly questionable for his career, but he's never been much of a question on the offensive side of the ball. He's been a really good distributor and a really good scorer. And what I'd really like to look at is his stats in where he was with the Orlando Magic, where he did play a little bit more impressive and had a little bit more opportunity to showcase his talents and what he can do as a basketball player. Of course, the efficiency is not that pretty to look at. I mean, you can see there in his rookie season, 40%, 39, 45, 44, and 42. But he's always been a very capable scorer. You can see there at one point he was averaging 16 points per game on relatively good three-point percentage, 34, 36, 35. So he's a dependable guard at most. And he's a guy that could definitely come in to this Phoenix Suns team when we're pretty depleted at the guard spot, which, I mean, we kind of have been all season. Like, you know, Jalen Green's been out. Devin Booker has been out now. Jalen Green is just kind of drifting in between questionable and playing, if he's not playing right now, for these past couple of games. Colin Gillespie has been, I would say, an Iron Man at this point this season, even dealing with a hand injury. He's still playing through that. Grayson Allen has missed his fair share of games as well. But there's a lot of talent at the guard position on this team with guys guys like Jamaree Bouye and another guy who's been playing excellent, Jordan Goodwin. So there's not going to be a lot of opportunity for Cole Anthony to play, but definitely if one of those guys go down and are going to be out for an extended amount of time, it's going to be great to have Cole Anthony there for an extra playmaker, and definitely a guy that can get it going behind the arc. He also adds a lot of rim pressure. He's a really good driver and finisher to the rim as well. So he's not at a total loss for this team. I know overall it was a money move and it was a thing to clear up salary cap. And, as a pretty frugal guy myself, I'm pretty happy that they made that move out there to dip the luxury tax and create more space to sign someone like Jamaree Bouye to a standard contract and create more cap space overall to sign players in the offseason. But transitioning away from Cole Anthony and to talk about Amir Coffey a little bit, who, again, might have his stats just a little bit skewed because he really has not played that many minutes this season on the Milwaukee Bucks. But never in doubt, it's never a bad thing to have some extra wing depth on a team. He's another capable guy that can shoot it from beyond the arc. And what I want to do is take a look at his stats from his heydays with the LA Clippers, where he was, you could see a little bit more, a better sample size from him, where he was a little more offensively and defensively involved. Taking a look at his more active days in Milwaukee, you can see there last year he averaged 10 points on 47% from the field and 41% from three, averaging 3 attempts per game. And it might not show up on the stat sheet, but Amir Coffey is also a pretty capable defender. He's certainly by no means, in my opinion, a bad defender, but he's a guy that can go out there and make an opponent uncomfortable and definitely give them a hard time at getting a bucket. So that's another guy on this team that I'm certainly not mad about having. He's a guy that adds some, extra three-point shooting when you need it, when a guy goes down. But at the end of the day, this was just a salary move. It was something to clear up cap space. And, if you're sad about the Nick Richards era being over, believe me, I'm sad about it too. Nick Richards he was a great player for this team when they did come out from the Charlotte Hornets. But of course, his contract was just too expensive and they needed to offload him and clear up some cap space to re-sign players this offseason and get some more dependable players in free agency that the Suns may end up signing. But before we clue up today's video, just want to take a second to congratulate Jordan Ott, who was named Western Conference Coach of the Month for January, where he did secure an 11-5 record, and that is just a much deserved accolade for Jordan Ott, who is, I believe, top 3 or top 5 in the running for Coach of the Year, which is absolutely much deserved. This guy has completely turned around this franchise, along with Brian Gregory, a guy who has obviously found the personnel and drafted the guys that are on this team right now. I know that the draftees are not getting as much playing time as we would like right now. If you ask me personally, I really wish Rasheer Fleming and Kama Malawach and Kobe Bryant would see the floor a little more at this point. But of course, they're probably not as NBA ready as people would like to think so. But they're tearing it up in the G League as we speak. But again, guys, huge credit to Jordan Ott for winning Coach of the Year. I shouldn't be saying that, not yet, but I do believe that he should win it, obviously. But Coach of the Month for Jordan Ott in the month of January, much well-deserved. Just wanted to let you guys know that if you didn't know, that is a much-deserved accolade for Jordan Ott, and it continues on to becoming Coach of the Year at the end of the regular season. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you think about this trade today that the Phoenix Suns made, and what you think about head coach Jordan Ott winning Coach of the Month last month, and how you feel about the race so far, and if you think he's going to win it all at the end of the year, winning Coach of the Year. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. And as always, go Suns.